Imiss issa li jidħol fit-tank Lev Marichenko li se jippreżenta app li tiffaċilita l-pjani għal min ikun irid jivvjaġġa.
Hello, Sharks. I'm Leo, the CEO of Tripyage.
And I'm Victor, the CFO of Tripyage.
Our app aims to completely change the current paradigm of travel planning and execution. Throughout the presentation, we'll be showing you the problems that exist currently in the market and our solutions provided by Tripyage.
We seek to get 100,000 euros in exchange for 10% of the company.
Currently, our team consists of 8 members. Me and Victor. We have 4 members in IT department, they're web developers. We have 1 member, and he is a UI UX designer, and we have 1 HR manager. Multiple apps are required for travelers to plan and organize their trips. Either it's a flight, tickets, accommodation, activities, and experience. Tripyage aims to be the sole app companion needed for the travelers. The biggest hurdle of all trip planning and scheduling is trip planning itself. Tripyage aims to solve this problem by planning the trip based on the items, activities, places, experiences selected in the bucket list by our customers. Tripyage aims to provide the whole trip schedule and timetable based on the aforementioned items. We want to make it extremely convenient, understandable, and accessible for our customers. This is our operation setup. It shows what needs to be done in order for our app to launch and function. As you've seen previously, we already have UI and UX, we already have the wireframes. We're in the process of developing the prototype, which is done by 30 or 40%. Just so you know, we've started just 3 months ago from almost nothing, absolutely zero. And this is the best part, our target market. We're targeting the whole European Union. Particularly, we're targeting the biggest countries of inbound and outbound tourism, which are Germany, France, Italy, and Spain. These countries, they also offer a huge domestic tourism, so residents of these countries, they travel within the country, and we believe there is a huge need for our application. And now, the biggest question is monetization strategy.
So we would like to keep our application free of charge for our users, and in order to achieve so, we have developed a monetization strategy which will depend on the current aggregators on the market. For instance, here is an example with Booking.com. They have a standardized program for affiliate marketeers, just like ourselves. In the best case scenario, which is provided we get them 501 bookings every month, we can get an 8% of the price the customer sees on his screen.
In other terms, we can get up to 8% of the total amount our customers pay, not to us, but to Booking.com and other possible aggregators such as Expedia, flight scanners, and etc. And the best part, it's not going to involve any extra cost from our customers. And our app is going to be completely free of charge for our users. This data presents the data set obtained from the Italian market. So the median of commission that we can receive is around 54 euros. And the mean is 54 euros and the median is 39 euros that we can receive for each commission. Our app is going to involve some costs. For example, in order to obtain data on historical landmarks, cultural sites, vistas, swimming places, and etc., we would need access to data aggregators such as Google Maps, for example, or Foursquare. Here are our expected operational costs. It's just all the necessary items needed to continue developing the app and maintaining it for at least 1 year. So our forecasts, we expect to have around 26,000 trips in the first year. But also there are going to be some costs. Third-party API cost, where we believe that it should not exceed more than 200,000 euros. And as well as expected operational costs for the first year. We plan to be a multi-billion-dollar company one day. We want to establish direct connections with service providers, such as hotels, restaurants, and etc., which is going to eliminate the cost of the third-party APIs that I started before. And so far, we just talked about one revenue stream. This idea is not limited to B2B segment, planning trips for business people, working meetings, and etc. This is all. Welcome to Tripyage.
Thank you. So basically, you plan to target the masses with your app. You're not specializing. You don't have an idea to do niche. So you're going to be eventually competing against the big giants, and it will take you millions to do that, because in your cost, you didn't speak about integration cost, right? Because for you to be able to...
Sorry to interrupt you. What do you mean exactly by integration?
Integration cost, meaning the software that you need to use for real-time inventory so that you can actually provide those services. So if you, for example, want to be able, your user to be able to book a room in a certain hotel, or book flights, or book any experience, you need to have integration, a system of integration, something like extranet.
I got you, right.
Channel managers. There's no cost there for that. And that is one of the highest costs you have. So if you're going to have a plan and you're going to have financials, I think you need to include those costs before we can even speak about how much money you need to start a pilot program. Because
you're making a valid point, Kirsty. Indeed, we don't have the costs. We don't know how much it's going to cost to implement such system and integration. But, as I said, our prime and initial revenue source of income is going to be affiliate links. With having a huge amount of customers, we can actually have a business intelligence software which is going to be advising hotels, restaurants, and bars of heated seasons, not just taking a note of all their inventory, but actually informing them if they're running low on something.
Which also takes a lot of investment.
First of all, I'm very impressed with your presentation.
Thank you.
Building up an app or a whatever website is just a start. How do you plan to get people to start using the app, using your website?
The idea is that we've made some research on other startups working with a similar idea, right? We did some readings, researching, and etc. Turns out that this product is such huge demand that just by search engine optimization, our competitors were able to achieve $300,000 of revenue just within 3 months. Beyond the CEO, once we have proper user testing, we can properly adjust our costing, so our forecast is going to be better. And furthermore, after user testing, we would know what exact features our customers are interested in our app. We have thought about marketing campaign, and we believe that the best option for us would be actually working with influencers, specifically with the travel content.
But have you got an idea, budget for that? How much would it...
Unfortunately, no.
I think what we have here is an opportunity to invest some money, try your product out, test it, give it a proper run with the public, do your SEO. But I think, as Kirsty said, you're up against some very serious, well-entrenched players, right? I think you need to raise more money in the future. Much more.
Of course. This is going to be...
And Expedia is already doing this, what you're doing, they're investing in doing this to the masses as well. So if I were a small company like you, I would focus on a niche market, because you can literally switch your focus and turn the software you're building into niche markets, which are needed because the big players are not doing niche markets.
Did you do a market research before you came up with this idea?
So far, basically what I said, that there is no app doing this thing, it means that none of them at the moment actually do trip planning.
Yes, that's...
Which is a unique feature.
What they do?
Basically, in order to make trip scheduled and planned, an algorithm needs to solve traveling sales problem, which means visiting as many places as possible in the extremely efficient way, right?
One last thing from my end is that on the operational cost, you're showing €7,000 in 2024. What about salaries?
Well, I'm imagining they've been building this in their free time, yeah?
It's not built yet.
They're 40%.
All of our current employees are on an options contract right now, so they will eventually be part of the equity. We are not planning to give away salaries, however, we are considering offering performance bonuses on deadline completion.
But definitely for me, and that's for that reason I would not be investing, despite I have full admiration for what you're doing, is the fact that you don't have a business plan in place. So you have to have a holistic business plan, including marketing. Marketing is a huge, huge cost, especially when it's a startup. This has to be formalized. This has to be,
I understand.
you know, decided, planned, and then you would have to stress test that business model,
Exactly.
plug it in different scenarios, because if you're targeting different European countries, you might have different approach, and you have to have also safeguards. What if this thing happens? Once you go in this system, they will probably try to get you off the equation as quickly as possible.
And also, you also said that there are no competitors, but there's like hotels and HRS, which do exactly what you do. You have to start slowly and then grow, and because every company starts. I mean, when I did my first company, after about 6 months, we had like 100 customers. And I was crying, but then eventually we got millions of customers. So that's just my advice to you anyway, because there's no coherence in the plan, and there's not enough, in my opinion, not enough research about the costs, about the logistics, about implementation. So because of that, I cannot invest in this project.
This does not exist at the moment. It's not established. As a matter of fact, there are companies that are investing $1.5 million on a yearly basis on the products which are similar to ours. We believe they're taking a lazy approach of using ChatGPT and all the other already existing AIs by doing all this trip planning and scheduling, but fully automated.
How old are you guys?
I'm 22.
I'm 23.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I was doing my degree in artificial intelligence and machine learning.
I think you guys are fantastic, actually.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I think I tend to disagree a bit with these guys. There's nothing wrong with, you know, thinking big, you know?
Dream big, Anzi. That's very, very important. You have to keep on dreaming.
We never said not to dream big. We said be
Formulate.
very clear about your costs, because you will spend money doing your project, and then you will get into a situation where you realize, okay, so this cost I didn't think about. Then you have to continuously be asking for more investments, and then your success will be decelerated.
You're absolutely right.
I call this type of approach, go and fix a long process. Don't do that.
Unfortunately, myself, I am not interested in investing in something of this cost, but I am not trying to turn down this project. I believe you should pursue all you have, and I am sure that, good luck, it will work out for you.
Thank you.
Look, again, I'll go back to what I was saying. I love what you're doing, and I think I do agree with some of the things that my colleagues here were saying. You do need to do some more research. Look, I will not commit to invest in this minute, but if you can show me a working prototype by March, I will give you the 100,000 for 10% of the business. But at this minute, I need to see something that works, because that's what's setting you apart, the user experience, right? Because otherwise, you're just another aggregator, right? Another affiliate marketer. So I'm not investing now in this moment, but I'm very impressed with you guys.
I totally understand you.
I'm making this offer not because I want to be cheeky and get something for free, but because I understand that you're structured in a way that you don't have much in operating costs, and you can afford to do that. You don't have no salaries, no nothing. So 3-4 months, getting the money today or getting the money on the 1st of April, that could be an ideal. You know. But, well done.
It shows that you didn't work on this program for a long time. You said 3 months. I'm sure that if you had more months before Shark Tank, you're here today, you would have a much better presentation than you did.
Absolutely.
And it was fantastic.
It was fantastic. And believe me, I wish I can have someone like you working in my company, because you are, your passion is extraordinary, honestly. I will not invest, but I really wish that by the next edition of Shark Tank, you'll have a better and obviously a working demo that we can see.
You'll be using us by then.
As a matter of fact, this is the idea why we went to the Shark Tank. It's a free marketing, publicity, and legitimacy for our company. There are only so few startups that can actually say, hey, we're being on the TV, we've talked to the experts, look at our recording.
Gents, I think you've got your shark here. Just have to push him a bit harder.
Like I said,
We'll see you in March.
I'll see you in March. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Thanks.
Bye.
my
I'll be
this
back.
This guy is amazing.
For every question. For every question.
I love people. I love people that way.
What is wrong with that? What is wrong with that? What is wrong with passion? What is wrong with passion and enthusiasm?
Can I answer your question?
We enjoyed it. We received a numerous amount of feedbacks, and we'll be making our business plan application even better.
I believe it was very interesting and definitely some very valuable advices for us to follow.
This is a unique opportunity that we had, and I want everyone to try it out as well, to have a chance into presenting yourself in front of the group of wealthy and experienced individuals.
Yeah, I believe it is perfect for somebody our age who wants to get involved in the business world.